and show it my ManPython.
Oh, that's a big python you have, sir.
Yes, it is. Careful, it might bite you. Okay, and...
Hey, it spat at me.
Oh, just swallow it, it's not poisonous. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Okay, this is going fairly nicely, and excuse me while I just... Okay, now the sound shouldn't be crackling so much. I mean, the game audio. Oh, depth charge 3.0. This should do a good deal of damage. And so it did. And, well, doorstop, why not? That didn't do a whole lot. Right, and we enter the Turing registry. Named, of course, after Alan Turing, was it?
Yes, sir.
Who created this test for... What was it supposed to test exactly? I know it was about how artificial intelligence could convince a human being that it is human, but...
The classic interpretation is basically very simple. Turing devised this idea that if you chat or if you type with a computer, kind of like chat rooms today, if you communicate with a computer and you cannot discern whether it's a computer or a human, then the computer could be said to have achieved human intelligence.
Okay, and I also remember reading somewhere that as a point of comparison, it would take how often a person could convince other person in pure text communication that the person on the other hand is of the opposite sex than he or she is in reality.
Well, that's not very difficult. People do that all the time.
Yeah. But just so that it would have some kind of measuring stick.
Not that I know about this personally, but you hear about these things.
Yes. Internet is full of all sorts of weirdness. And I just noticed that I had completely missed the 10-minute mark, so another 20-minute video that will be split into two.
Huzzah!
And yes, Turing registry. Notice Turing field operatives are encouraged to make use of the new tutorials installed on this system. If you've had the proper skill chips implanted, these tutorials can be used to upgrade your skill and proficiency in logic, phenomenology, philosophy, sophistry, and psychoanalysis. You can never be too careful when dealing with an artificial intelligence. It pays to be prepared. So yeah, Turing registry is... the book is a bit vague, but apparently it's some kind of international agency that monitors artificial intelligences. And here we have a list of artificial intelligences. Neuromancer mode. I think this might be missing a few, and
I do like the fact that these AIs have their own citizenships.
yeah. I I also like that. In fact, I think it would be a rather interesting science fiction story if you set it in the point where artificial intelligences are just emerging, and you have to deal with things like how such minds could develop and what kind of dysfunctions they could have, and how they might be attempting to be recognized as, well, beings with human rights.
Yeah, it is actually a common theme in science fiction to have cyborgs or artificial intelligences given the same rights that humans are given in free countries.
Yeah, but still, I haven't come across a whole lot of stories that actually deal with the process of getting there.
Yeah, the process. I mean, most science fiction does take place fully in a fully recognized future without focusing on the steps that it took to get there.
Yeah. Okay, now the Colossus AI. I don't think it is in the game.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, and I think this might be a movie reference. It's a movie called, I think it was Colossus: The Forbidden Project, or just The Forbidden Project. I haven't seen it, but I've read about it, and the premise sounds interesting. Anyway, moving on. AI reports. Monthly. Blah. Chrome. Yakuza. So I'm guessing maybe this AI is with the old buddies at the Tosoku. Chrome is presently operating an online psychology. Okay, that's the psychology database. Catering primarily to cyberspace cowboys. Its reasons for operating this service are unknown at this time. It seems to be gathering data on human neuroses as well as encouraging some of the cowboys to cease their illegal activities. There is insufficient data for speculation as to Chrome's true intentions at this time. Okay. Alert. 2 of our specialized AI destruct programs are missing from our vault. Junior Turing operatives should be informed that these wares are to be considered extremely dangerous. Both are part of our battle library to ensure that mainframe AIs belonging to Allied Technologies and Musaburi Industries do not get out of hand. And considering how much trouble our field people are having with AIs lately, we may have a need for these programs very soon. Actually, this might also be a somewhat veiled reference at the events of the book, where they do run across Turing operatives while messing with AIs.
Possible. I don't remember the details of the book that much.
No. I'll take my word for it then. Our head software designer was murdered recently when he asked for a raise. Okay, that's rather extreme employee policy. So these wares cannot be duplicated. If anyone knows the whereabouts of these wares, please inform your superiors. There will be no questions asked.
That's right. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Primary alert. We've just received an urgent report from the field operative who was investigating certain AI owned by Telia Ashpool SA, which is based at Villa Straylight on Freeside. The operative died before completing her report, but she had discovered that the AI seemed to have a certain ability to alter reality. If true, we may soon find ourselves in deep software. Our staff psychiatrist is currently attempting to determine if our field operative's reality was altered before she filed her report. Okay. So that's where Shodan got the idea for System Shock 2. Now the skill upgrades. So,
What year did System Shock 2 occur in? I'm trying to remember now. I honestly can't remember.
I think it was on the side of 22nd or 23rd century.
Okay, so well after this game is placed. All right.
Yeah. And here we can upgrade our skills, similar to how the cop talk was at the Software Enforcement Agency, I believe. So let's do that.
I think we mentioned previously that I usually like to come here before taking on any AIs because the math works out better that way.
Yeah, and actually at this skill level you can destroy some low-level AIs with one hit.
Indeed.